Well, gluten-free, you see it everywhere, but for approximately 3 million Americans with celiac disease, eating gluten-free is more than a trend. Their health depends on it. What's more, 83% of those estimated to have the disease are either undiagnosed or misdiagnosed. So what exactly is celiac disease, and what are some do's and don'ts for living a gluten-free lifestyle? Well, registered dietitian, nutritionist, and celiac disease advocate Rachel Begun knows the challenge firsthand and joins us now with some tips. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning.
Well, it's great to have you on. So we're bringing up a really important topic today that affects a lot of people, and often people aren't really willing to talk about it and they go undiagnosed. Can you tell us what celiac disease is and why it's so hard to diagnose?
Celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder, and what that means is that people who have it, when they eat gluten, the body triggers an immune reaction, and that causes damage to the intestines. And over time, that buildup of damage can prevent nutrients from being absorbed. The reason it's so hard to diagnose is because the symptoms vary greatly from person to person, and they overlap with other conditions.
Well, and I think one big way to manage it is to have sort of a gluten-free lifestyle, and that can be really a challenge sometimes for people to figure out what they're supposed to eat. So I know you actually have 4 tips for living without gluten.
I do. My 4 tips are: build your healthcare team, eat gluten-free healthfully, talk to a registered dietitian, and advocate for yourself. It's important to build long-term relationships with your doctors because they can track and monitor your progress over time. Next, you want to eat gluten-free, but you want to eat a nutrient-rich diet. Studies do show that people who have celiac disease and live gluten-free may have a harder time meeting nutrient needs. Things like fiber, folate, iron, calcium, zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D. So you want to focus on the foods first, but when diet can't meet your needs, then you want to talk to your doctors about supplements. I like to recommend Sundown Naturals. They have a wide range of products from vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients our bodies need. But they're also free of gluten, wheat, dairy, lactose, artificial flavors, and they're non-GMO. The third tip is talk to a registered dietitian because they can help you to read food labels. That's important because it helps you to avoid gluten, but it also helps you to eat more nutritiously. And lastly, eating outside the home still remains one of the biggest challenges. So you want to learn how to communicate your needs in a way that allows you to eat safe outside the home.
Okay, it's all about communication, it's about finding the right things for you to eat, and there's a big misconception, I think, that somebody sees the label gluten-free and they automatically assume that it's healthy. Now, you say that's not the case, so what should we be looking for in food labels?
So first, you want to focus on the naturally gluten-free foods, things like fruits and vegetables, beans, nuts, seeds, dairy, meat, poultry, fish, all those things that we recommend for a healthy diet. But then when we go to the packaged foods, that's when we want to pick ingredients that are full of nutrients and avoid the things that we don't, lots of fillers and extra added sugars and stuff like that.
Very good advice, and I think that's kind of a good general rule, even if it's not gluten-free. So, Rachel, people want to learn more information about this. Where should they go to get some resources and to learn more?
If you go to sundownnaturals.com, they have lots of healthy living tips.
We will definitely check that out. So, Rachel, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. The Morning Blend will be right back.